Hello and welcome to Virtual Investor Conferences. My name is Bob Power, and on behalf of OTC Markets, we're very pleased you joined us for our next live presentation from Bigg Digital Assets, an owner, operator, and investor in crypto business that support and enhance a compliant and regulated ecosystem. Please note you can submit questions in the box to the left of the slides. You can also view a company's availability for one-on-one meetings through the Schedule Meetings tab found on the conference platform. At this point, I'm very pleased to welcome Mark Binns, CEO and Director of Bigg Digital Assets, which trades on the OTCQX Best Market under the symbol BBKCF and on the CSE under the symbol BIGG. Welcome, Mark.
Thanks, John. Great to be here this morning. Excited to present with the OTC Markets Group again. As always, I think this might be our fourth or fifth time over the last couple of years, and always enjoy telling the Bigg Digital Assets story to your audience. So with that, we'll get started. So welcome, everybody. Good morning and good afternoon. I'm the CEO of Bigg Digital Assets, and I'm going to walk you through our investment opportunity and our company and let you know about all the exciting things we're doing and the companies that we're operating. So I'm going to jump right into it. As I mentioned, we're a digital asset company. We, as a public company, own and operate three different businesses, and we have some minority investments as well. The tickers in Canada, BIGG, and in the States, BBKCF, as John mentioned. The three businesses that we own and operate in the digital asset space are Netcoins, Blockchain Intelligence Group, and Terra. They're all a little bit unique, but they give us diversity in the space and a diversity of revenue streams and opportunities. Netcoins is our crypto exchange or crypto trading platform run by Fraser Matthews. It's wholly owned. We built it in-house from scratch, 100% owned and 100% our own tech. Blockchain Intelligence Group is run by Lance Morgan. It is a crypto forensics business. That company makes software, sells it as a software as a service to law enforcement, government agencies, private sector, banks, crypto exchanges, etc., to track the movement of crypto on the blockchain. Primarily, the software is used to ensure the reduction of criminal activity in the crypto ecosystem, and if there is, to track it and help bring criminals to justice. And then finally, Terra is a new endeavor for the company. We actually invested in this company probably a year and a half ago, a couple of times in its early stages. We own 30% of it. It's run by Dan Reitzik. It's a Web3 company. It's all about taking the internet, Web2, e-commerce, and turning it into virtual commerce and virtual engagement with consumers. And I'm going to walk you through what Terra does. We're also working on a deal to acquire the rest of Terra and make it a wholly owned subsidiary of Bigg Digital Assets by the end of this month. But there'll be more news to come on that, and we've announced our intention to acquire the remaining shares in that business. So soon we'll own and operate all three of these businesses fully in-house. We also have 120 Bitcoin, give or take, on our balance sheet. That's our own investment. In the digital asset space, we believe firmly in the future value of crypto, and Bitcoin in particular is a store of value. So we have that as an investment. We're excited watching us move towards the halving and what we believe is going to be some good price escalation in Bitcoin. And the other two minority investments we have, one's in Zen Ledger. It's a crypto tax company run by Patrick Larson out of the States. It has a ton of large investors, VCs. Mark Cuban's an investor. They sell software as a service to help people do their taxes when crypto is involved. Very good little company. And the other one's called Liquid, which is a Lightning Network company. They make technology that opens up Lightning Network channels, which is a protocol layer on top of Bitcoin, really used for payments and fast transfer of Bitcoin. Run by Sean Anstey. He was one of the original brains behind Blockchain Intelligence Group, dating back to 2015, 2016 with Lance. He's now CEO of that company for the last couple of years, helping build the future infrastructure of the crypto networks. So exciting business, but the three we'll focus on today is Netcoins, Blockchain Intelligence Group, and Terra, what they do, where they're going, and of course, why you care as an investor in the business. And we'll jump into that right now. So you get 3 for 1 in this company. You're not just getting exposed to forensics or NFTs, metaverse, or trading, you get all three. And what I love about that is it's three revenue streams, but it's also three different markets that move at different times. When trading is hot, Netcoins absolutely prints cash. When trading is quieter, we have revenue streams coming in from software as a service month over month from Blockchain Intelligence Group, and large consumer brands that are working with Terra, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So great diversity for the investment in big digital assets. We have a strong management team. I'll show you in a couple of minutes. We are healthy in terms of treasury. We have about $10 million of cash in crypto in a treasury. We have no debt. We have no loans. We are in a healthy financial situation, about 120 Bitcoins in our treasury. We're looking at new markets. Terra is a leader in the metaverse. And the other way to look at the metaverse is really Web3 and, virtual interaction with consumers. It's like the internet in 1997 and 1998, 1999 right now, where back then, every major brand was trying to figure out what their web strategy was. Right now, we can tell you firsthand that basically every major brand is trying to figure out what their metaverse strategy is, their virtual engagement strategies are with consumers. And Terra is at the forefront of helping build that ecosystem and help those brands engage. They've worked with brands like Estee Lauder, Miller Lite, Warner Music, Atlantic Records. It goes on and on. They just did an activation today, or launched yesterday, I guess, with a guy named Teddy Swims, who's a singer with 3 million followers on Instagram. And he's pushing his audience into Terra products. He's built basically a virtual environment for them to go interact with him, find concert tickets in his world, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll talk more about them as we go, but it is amazing what that company is doing. And that's why we're working to acquire the rest of it. Agnostic to the price of crypto assets. When Bitcoin goes down some days, we actually make more money because people trade more. When Bitcoin goes up, we make money too. Our trading platform is agnostic to the price of the underlying assets. Movement in them is good. Volatility is good for us. Blockchain Intelligence Group sells everything as software as a service. It makes no difference what the price of crypto is when they're selling their forensic products. And the same with metaverse or introverse products from Terra. The market doesn't change depending on the price of crypto. So you're not locked in like a fund where you're just buying a bundle of crypto assets or something. These are operating businesses that generate revenue no matter which way crypto is moving. And we have lots of catalysts, and we're going to talk about some of these coming up today as we go through the businesses. From a Pubco point of view, the average research target on our company right now is 83 cents. We're trading somewhere around a third of that in the market. Shows the opportunity, the upside, because the investors, the market price is not the same as what the research companies, when they look at the company, the technology, where it's going, where the business can go, and what the potential is. So, you look for a good delta there for upside potential. And that's what we have based on the independent research on the business. And there's good liquidity in the stock. I think it's actually higher than this now. Across Canada and the US markets, there's lots of liquidity to buy and sell the stock and become an investor and have an opportunity to come in and come out as you see fit. The team quickly, my background's all essentially running public companies and finding companies that have product market fit and scaling them. And that's what we've been doing here since 2017, 2018, is got the products built, mainly Netcoins and Blockchain Intelligence Group originally. Finding an audience for them, adding capital, bringing in shareholders that see the vision and pushing it forward. So that's what we continue to do here at Bigg Digital Assets. Kim Evans, our CFO, she's amazing. She knows public markets inside out. Together we've raised probably more than $50 million in capital. She has great cross-border experience. We're listed in Canada, we're listed in the US, we're listed in Germany. The ability to do run the business, do the proper filings, have access to capital in those markets, handle and deal with the regulators, especially when you're a crypto business. It's great to have someone with a steady hand at the helm like Kim. Lance Morgan, it's an old joke, but he's forgotten more about crypto than I'll ever know. He literally, him and his team, build forensics that crawl the blockchain and de-anonymize it, and can tell our customers across a wide range of blockchains, where capital is moving, where coins are moving, what exchanges they're on, what mixers and tumblers they've gone through, how they're split. And I'll show you some of those graphs coming up. But it's amazing the knowledge that Lance brings to the market. He's one of the global leaders in understanding how crypto actually works at the core. And then finally, Fraser Matthews, he's running Netcoins. He has a tremendous background in building digital consumer-based companies, which is exactly what Netcoins is, and scaling them. And that's where Netcoins is in its evolution, is scaling. We're going to go through some slides and show the evolution of the platform. And having Fraser there every day is a tremendous value to both, big digital assets and obviously Netcoins as we go. All right, so Netcoins, crypto investing made easy, fast, simple, transparent. We're available in the United States and Canada. That's one of the first things to know. A lot of platforms, just have one market. We're a Canadian-based company. A lot of our competitors are only in Canada. We launched in the United States earlier this year, and we're expanding our footprint there across a wider range of states as we acquire the appropriate licensing. We trade 40 different crypto assets, including popular stable coins. We have one of the only crypto credit cards in the market with our MasterCard, and we provide staking on the platform. So we have a wide range of services targeting and dedicated to everything from accredited managers, of course, consumers, as we talked about, wealth managers, family offices, corporations. We're a MSB, and we have a restricted dealer license. We're one of few companies in Canada that legally operates under the CSA, which is the equivalent of the SEC here, to run a crypto trading platform. And here's the three main products. Obviously, we have trading, we have desktop, we have mobile, wide range of apps, price alerts, notifications. We have widgets that people put on their desktop to look at the price of crypto, over-the-counter trading on the platform as well. We have our MasterCard. We actually get Bitcoin back. It's become quite a popular product because you can walk into any single store in the world that takes MasterCard and use your Netcoins card. And instead of getting, fiat rewards or points, we give you Bitcoin. And if you're a believer like we are in the future value of Bitcoin, you can accumulate that Bitcoin and watch it rise in value. It's one of the few places, it's probably the only one that I can think of, where your rewards can become more valuable just by holding on to them after you receive them. And finally, we fairly recently launched crypto staking with the Ethereum protocol, receiving over 4% APR. We're one of only, I think, 4 companies in Canada offering staking. And we might be one of only 3 that are actually fully licensed and regulated to do so. So a suite of products, which makes our platform sticky, I should say. Customers can come, whether they want to do staking, use credit cards, trading, et cetera, whatever the products they're searching for, they can find them all together at Netcoins. Quick roadmap. I won't go into this too much. We started this trading really in 2018, 2019, back when you had to wire money to Japan if you wanted to buy crypto in Canada. Started building out an alternative platform here. We launched, we had 5 coins probably up until 2021. We were one of the first, Canadian. We were the first Canadian company that was public that became registered and legal to operate a crypto platform in Canada. And then we started building on that. We grew from 5 coins to 30 coins, to about 40 coins, expanded in the United States, offered the card. We've seen over $6 million go through our card in terms of spending so far. We're launching and a big push into OTC. We originally started out when we didn't have a platform doing OTC, basically over-the-counter trades for people that came to us and said, crypto, I want to buy stuff. That's becoming a big focus for us going forward, is adding that onto the retail platform for larger volume trades, underwriting things for funds as possible, corporations, et cetera. A little bit about where we're going. We're adding funding options. I mentioned OTC. We're looking at Lightning Network integration. We're adding different channels. And Netcoins was actually born way back 10 years ago in the classic engineer in his basement before I joined the business. So pretty exciting for Netcoins. Why are we poised for growth? We have the platform, right? We have the platform. We have the offering across a wide geographical place. We have happy customers. We win awards for our customer success team. A lot of crypto platforms, you reach out to them, you'll never hear from them, right, at all, or you might get an email. I mean, customer support is known to be terrible in the space, but we have an award-winning team that our customers love. Shows by our rankings on Trustpilot. We've traded over $500 million worth of crypto through the platform. We're one of only 4 registered in Canada, and we're launching the OTC desks in a formal way, which is quite exciting in terms of upside and growth in this business. So, and I should say all of these things, if nothing else changes and crypto volatility and volumes move up as we move towards the halving over the next 6 months, volumes can explode very quickly in the business. So we're there, we're stable, we offer a great service, we have happy customers, and then trading volumes can pick up and revenues can double, triple, or more in an extremely short period of time as the market heats up. So next company, Blockchain Intelligence Group. This company brings security and accountability to the space. That's what it was built for. Again, Lance Morgan was the brain behind this from inception. 2 main products. The one I'll focus on today really is Clue. Clue is a product that tracks the movement of crypto through the blockchain, and it de-anonymizes all the stops along the way. So a lot of people say, well, you don't know anything about the blockchain, it's anonymous. Isn't that the point of it? It's like, yes, that's partially how and why it was designed, but that leads to criminal activity. And with Clue, the team has spent years collecting literally billions of data points through artificial intelligence and through teams that collect this data, and putting basically labeling wallets, right? So we can tell you if a wallet address sits at Coinbase or Kraken or Netcoins or CoinSquare. And if someone stole your crypto, as just take one example, and moved it through the blockchain, we can show you the wallets that it goes through and tell you that it's gone around the world 3 times and it's landed at Coinbase. And you could then contact authorities. Those wallets could be frozen at that exchange. It could be taken to court. And our Clue product has been used as expert evidence in lots of different cases. Theft is only one tiny case. Basically, anything in the world that is illegal and has bad actors involved has been, and finances involved, has involved fiat for, hundreds of years. And there's tons of tools for dealing with fiat crime. But now criminals will use crypto in these crimes, and there's been no tools to help law enforcement actually figure out what's going on. And that's everything from weapons purchases, drug purchases, child pornography, all of the bad things that you don't want to think about. We help law enforcement track those things down and bring people to justice. And we also sell this product, as I mentioned, to other crypto platforms, exchanges who want to make sure that activity is not running through their platform. They could see transactions coming in and on the blockchain through Clue say, oh, that's coming from wallet addresses that Clue and Blockchain Intelligence Group says has been involved in criminal activity. We're going to reject those coins from our platform, etc. So pretty impressive technology. It runs across, I think it's something like 14 blockchains. They keep adding blockchains, all the major ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the Ethereum ERC20 tokens, which is a massive number now. We can track, verify, and provide data to our customer base. Here's an example where our platform was used by Homeland Security, and we actually worked with them and notified them of a large criminal, activity. You'd call it an NFT rug pull scam involving the Frosties NFT. And we're able to basically, stop potential victims from becoming part of this fraud. Homeland Security recognized Clue and Lance and the team, and that's Lance receiving an award for Homeland Security, helping them work against, illicit activities and trade. So one great example of the product and team in action and being recognized by the top U.S. agencies. We also do training. Employees from a wide range of organizations like you see here, everything from government agencies, the SEC through U.S. Secret Service, through the banks, et cetera. They all have had people that have gone through our training. And what we love about it is when we're teaching them about crypto investigations and reading the blockchain, is that they use our products. And then when they're done their verification, they actually get it's called a CCI. It's like getting a CA in accounting, but it's a CCI in crypto. And they go back to their day job and they're like, now I need tools to actually execute on what I learned. And the tools they just saw were Clue. And then they'll come and become, subscribers of ours. So it's a fantastic program we have. It generates revenue, but even more importantly, it shows off our products. And the last thing to know about Clue is that it's a tight, competitive space. There's really only 5 companies in the world that do what Clue does: Clue, TRM, Elliptic, Chainalysis, and CipherTrace. CipherTrace was bought by MasterCard for what we believe is a significant sum of money, because it's actually easier to buy one of these companies than to build them. We've probably put $25 million plus into Clue. As I mentioned, have spent probably now 6+ years collecting 3+ billion addresses that we've de-anonymized across multiple blockchains. To do that, no matter how much capital you have, is going to take time and be difficult. So that's why MasterCard bought CipherTrace. Chainalysis, private company, I think their last valuation for VC purchases was in the wild $8 billion range. There's nobody new entering the space because there's a huge moat. It takes years and years and years, as I mentioned, to build up the data set alone, the big data set, and then to be able to take that data set and show an audience quickly and easily what it's doing. And the audience being like police officers, compliance officers, et cetera, is very difficult. So, in every pitch, you see a version of a couple of these companies usually, but the market is growing. The need for these products are growing, but the competitive set is not growing, which helps for the value. So we're very excited about the product, the company, and where it's going. And then finally, Terra Zero. So this is, the next dimension of virtual engagement. Web 1.0 was reading a screen of text and images. Web 2.0 was interacting with them, became e-commerce, social media. Web 3.0 is virtual interaction. It's brands like Miller Lite wanting to have a virtual interaction with consumers. Terra Zero has worked with Miller Lite to build activations in the metaverse as one example. So we'll jump in a bit about these guys. From a corporate presentation point of view, cutting edge SaaS company that facilitates the creation of 3D virtual experiences, basically connecting consumers and brands. Today's internet is about consuming content. Tomorrow's is about experiencing it. This company is Vancouver based, founded about 2.5 years ago, 25 employees. And they're helping build what they call the introverse, which we'll talk about a little bit. It's basically an evolution of the metaverse where there is no technological limitations on what they offer. They've worked with incredible client base and still are. Atlantic Records, Estee Lauder. You look through here, a few different ones: PwC, Miller Lite, CBS, et cetera. So they actually have even just under Molson Coors brand, Miller Lite being one customer, but they have a wide range of brands they can work with. Estee Lauder is an umbrella company that owns half the beauty companies in the world, and they've built incredible relationships with these companies. Another one is in the music industry, Warner Records. And I mentioned they just launched an activation with Warner Records today, where one of their artists built his introverse or his 3D world through Terra Zero, and then went and told 3 million people, go check me out in my virtual world, which was built by Terra Zero. And I'll talk about that in the next couple of slides, what these worlds are. This space is growing at a tremendous clip. That's why I love it. The market is basically forecast to become worth $4 to $5 billion by 2030 by independent research. And they are building the introverse. Right now, you have things like, Instagram and TikTok, Twitter, or X as it's now called. This is the new guy on the block, the introverse, built by Terra Zero. They're focused entirely on immersive virtual environments. So instead of just watching, Teddy Swim's content on Instagram, you can actually go into his world and interact in a 3D virtual way. And inside of that world, TerraZero has set it up so you can consume video content, audio content, e-commerce content. You can purchase stuff from anyone that runs their own introverse, etc. And the idea is there'll be introverses of different sizes. Introverse Pro would be essentially a Teddy Swims activation, charging anyone who's a business, who's an influencer, etc., a monthly fee to run their introverse. There's also enterprise offerings like TerraZero built for Miller Lite, where they built them an entire bar in the metaverse or in the introverse that consumers can come on to. There's also going to be what we call Introverse Live, or there's fee-based or essentially free consumer-based introverses. Think of, you have a Facebook page, you have your Instagram page. Now you have an apartment in a 3D world that's yours, and you can have friends over to hang out. You can watch concerts together. You can listen to music together. You can do anything you do in real life, but in a 3D virtual environment. And we will be able to offer those consumers things like digital products, like wearables on their consumer. It could be they want a couch. IKEA comes in and says, here's a couch we can sell you for your apartment. Yes, it's a digital couch, but it's $1. And it's way cooler than the default couch that we can give you for your free account. And then IKEA takes, let's just say, 80 cents on the dollar, and we take 20 cents on the dollar by providing it. The revenue streams scale massively. All the global brands want to find a way to not just sell their physical goods to consumers, but also virtual and digital goods. You look at the success of wearables and clothing being sold in Fortnite, it's absolutely massive, the dollars that are generated. So we are building a platform in the virtual world that is going to connect brands and consumers for everyone's mutual benefit and enjoyment. Just about wrapping up, we're 27 minutes. What's the future? So for Bigg Digital Assets, we continue to look at opportunities in the space for investment. TerraZero being one that we've invested in, and now we're going to complete the full acquisition of that business. And we will continue to look at other opportunities in the space as they come up. TerraZero is doing full launch of Introverse. They just launched the first Introverse Pro activation yesterday. As I said, the rest of the Introverse opportunities coming at the start of 2024. And really, it's going to be a deep integration with music. It is amazing what happens to companies when, think of, even if just 10 of Warner Music's artists adopt the Introverse. And the plan is to work with them for all of their major artists. You could have hundreds of millions of fans seeing through different social platforms saying, come into my virtual world. And that's TerraZero Introverse product. And then they can get their own Introverse product and build a whole new 3D virtual ecosystem. It's pretty exciting. Netcoins is going to keep expanding in the US, looking at MTL registrations that can get us hopefully, by early next year into the rest of the states of the United States. And Blockchain Intelligence Group is going to keep adding blockchains, keep adding forensics, keep adding data sets, which makes the product more valuable to their consumers. And with that, what I'd say is, you got a great opportunity for a digital company that is at the forefront of a bunch of different markets. Really exciting what's happening with TerraZero right now into the next year and the way revenues and consumers and users are going to scale for that business. And with that, we're going to keep growing. And I thank all of the shareholders who have been with us for years. I'm excited to see new shareholders come in and join the platform. We're doing a lot of presentations, getting out in front of new investor bases these days, and looking forward to seeing the company grow through the rest of this year and into 2024. So